Hi you guys, my name is Liberty Lindley and I'm coming at you live from the Hill Country in Texas. And you're probably wondering why I've got a chef's hat on my head and I'm wearing my little black apron. And the reason for that, well, some of you are probably not really surprised by that because you just know things get a little weird around here. But the reason for that is because tonight I'm talking about the systems and being coachable. And to me, that is the recipe for success. I've got my notes here so that I don't go off track too much or else I'll talk for an hour and nobody has time for that. So this is going to be kind of like a recipe. I'm going to give you the ingredients, the systems, and then we're going to comb through those and talk about the steps and how to use those ingredients. If I gave all of you the same ingredients, so cheese and tortillas and cilantro and salsa, meat, etc., and just said, okay, go make something, you'd all come up with something very similar, but not necessarily the same dish, unless I gave you all the same recipe for that success. We're going to talk about cleaning the kitchen once we get our kitchen prepped, posting on social media, our open sign, gathering those ingredients. And those ingredients for success would be reach outs, that initial call, sending the info after the initial call, setting up the three-way call and turning that person into either a consultant, a customer, or a connector. Now that we have our ingredients for our recipe, how do we use those most effectively? So our action steps for this business. So posting on Facebook, posting on social media in general. So these are some things that are really important to me that I think are just key in all of this. The very first thing, being positive, keeping it positive. We're not necessarily somebody's only option for this business. You think about trying to get into the business. When you got into the business, you had somebody who was always positive and took what life gave them and just ran with it and was like, oh, well, we're going to make this great anyway. And then there's the person who's kind of Debbie Downer and is really negative and everything is a big deal and everything is blah and grumpy. Who would you do business with, or who would you even buy products from, for that matter? I think it's fine to be authentic. If you're having a bad day, talk about it being a bad day. Everybody has bad days. Nobody wants to just see your highlight reel, but saying something more in line with, I'm having a really bad day, but you know what? It's okay. I'm going to make it great. I'm going to make it turn around for me. Because nobody wants vinegar on their pancakes, you guys. Everybody else is having a bad day too. Let's all try to keep each other lifted up. Throwing in that real life spin, we don't want to just always RF, 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 RF. It's really important to mix things in, recipes, pictures of your family, some neat gadgets that you found, just being social, you know, like you would at a party. You don't just go up to somebody at a party and every person you're talking to talk about RF every single conversation. You talk about other things. You're social. Again, with positivity, like if there's a Mexican restaurant in town and one of those restaurants, or there are two of them, and they're both the same price point. One is known for just miserable customer service and the other one is known for being infectiously joyous. Where are you going to eat? I think we know the answer to that. So being consistent in your positivity and being consistent in your presence, always being online, posting every day, commenting, not just liking, but commenting on their feed, just being social. Reach outs. When I first got into this business, honest, I had no idea I had to do reach outs. I thought it was just posting on Facebook. And I was terrified of it. And now I have no idea why, because once you do things, you get comfortable with it. But not judging your network, thinking that somebody is going to either not be able to afford it, not want it, not be the type of person to use it, etc. Don't judge. I can't tell you how many times I have either judged and they've reached out to me and I've been like, oh wow, we could have wrapped this up 2 months ago had I just reached out to you. Or when I first heard, just don't judge people, just do it. Chicken list it and get it over with. And then coming to find out like, oh wow, I guess they are the type of person to buy skincare. I still have my hat on. You obviously know that, but anyway, just doing it, again with that chicken list, setting out ahead of time the night before, writing out the people you're going to talk to, whether you're scared of them or not, wake up the next morning and just knock it out. Close one eye, hit send, go for it. The follow-up. I think the stat, and this isn't just an RF stat, I think this is like the sales in general umbrella, it's between the 5th and the 12th contact that people usually buy. Whoa. And I have to say, like, I feel like sometimes it is that, like, here I am again. Hi. Oh, good. You ready? Great. And again, being social, sometimes you just have to say happy birthday and move on. Like, you don't always have to come at them with RF. Sometimes you can just talk about things or be like, hey, I saw your vacation photos at Great Wolf. Is that what it's called? Great Wolf Lodge. What was it like? When's the best time to go? Just do life with people. All right, so phone calls. There are 2 sections of this, I feel. There's the part of phone calls that are part of the systems, and that would be your initial call. So you've reached out, they've said yes, then you get them on the phone call, you talk about it, you send them some more information, and you set up that 3-way call on the phone then. You don't say, okay, well, get back to me and look at your schedule. Just plan it, get it on the books, or else they go off into the distance and you never see them again. Then there's the just because call. And I'm a big fan of just picking up the phone and being like, hey, how are you? I was scrolling, I was looking for Ashley Embry and saw your name, Ashley. And I thought, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you in forever. How you doing? And don't even bring up your business. You most likely both know that you sell Rodan Fields. Just leave it at that. Come back to it another time and be like, you know what? You are so fun and so fantastic. I need you on my team yesterday. And then talk about it. All right, events. Events aren't necessarily part of our systems, but they're super important. They're the add nuts if desired. They're your optional ingredient. They're your garnishes, if you will. They make it better, but you don't have to do it. A lot of our leaders are so good at doing events and looping us in and making it easy for us. Participate in those events, you guys. They're so good. Doing virtual events for your preferred customers, expanding your network, sharing some of the goods with them, doing in-person events. I've been trying to do this thing since November. I think this month I'm finally going to do it. I want to do something called mean muggin' or clean muggin', and not, the song mean mug, you mean muggin', but do clean muggin', and we have coffee in the morning in our mugs, and then we wash our mug. You get it? It's brilliant. And we'll listen to rap music. Not really. So doing those in-person BBLs, just wine and wash is another one. Things like that. I feel like doing in-person, hey, let's go to lunch next week, just you and me. That's an event. That's something different than just a, hey, how are you doing? I'm selling Rodan Fields. Would you like to buy some? No, it's relationship. It's belly to belly with somebody, talking about life and just growing that connection and gaining trust. Growing your network. So this whole Facebook, like people you may know, fantastic. I love it. I do it all the time. Here's what I would recommend. Don't just friend request somebody and then go eat your dinner. Friend request them and then send them a message and say, hi. I know that's crazy, right? You would say hi to somebody that you friended. Say, hi. Facebook told me that we have 47 friends in common. I don't know how we're not best friends by now. Let's go do lunch. And start the conversation. Start being actual friends with somebody. So that's my tidbit on that growing your network, expanding your network. Part of growing your network online is fantastic, but you really have to get out. So all this whole time when I'm saying you, I mean we, because I probably need to be doing these things more than anybody. So we really need to be growing our networks in person. So joining a MOPS group, joining Young Lives or the gym classes, school drop-offs is a good time to meet people. Church groups, life groups, Bible studies, different things like that. Meet people, make your community, grow your community in person that way, then become Facebook friends with them. But the in-person relationship is so much stronger. So the chef has to take care of herself. So these are some things in my personal system that they work for me and they keep my headspace cool. And that would be, and if this isn't for you, if you're not a prayer, there's other ways to do this, but I bathe my business in prayer. When I wake up, I talk to God about my business every day and just say, your will be done. I'm going to do the hard work. You take over the rest. I want you involved in this. How can I serve you with it? Being positive. When you put negative energy out, you're just going to get negative energy right back. Envision your success, you guys. Put your hands on that steering wheel and just envision yourself driving to the airport to go to convention, driving to the airport to go to Maui on an RF vacation, driving to the airport to go to France. Envision those things. Take out the trash, you guys. We only have so much room we only can have so many thoughts in a day. Why have any negative thoughts at all? Why spend any time going, I'm not going to get anywhere. Nobody wants to buy from me. Nobody wants to be blah, 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 blah. Don't do it. Cut it out. Get rid of it. Take out the trash. Get it gone. Moving on from the systems to being coachable. Y'all, if it worked for them, it's going to work for us. Why on earth would we not do what the tippy tops are doing and did for the past however many years? So think of this analogy. So you have a master chef and he has a student and he says, okay, so here are all the ingredients. Here are the steps. Here's the recipe. Take it and make it. And so that person does. They go in the kitchen, they come out and they go, whoa, like what? I can't even look at it. Like, what is this? Right? So the chef goes, okay, well, did you follow the directions? Did you follow the steps? Well, no, I didn't have time and I didn't really feel like it. I was really tired. So I left out a couple things. All right. Did you at least use all the ingredients? Well, no, I don't like that one. That one kind of makes me uncomfortable. That one's just weird. Like who even eats that? Who does that? So I didn't use all those. I just used a couple things that I felt comfortable using. Okay, well, then I guess that explains it. You guys, that is our business. So when we're handed our ingredients, when we're handed the systems and we're handed the steps on how to use them, and we just go, I'm not really comfortable with some of this, I'll just do my own thing. And then go, why isn't my business taking off? Why don't I have business partners? Why is somebody buying from me? Well, there's probably a reason. So we have to get better at that. We have to do the work. Hashtag DTW, DTDubs. Do the work. There's no reason why the people, again, at the tippy top did the work and got where they are, and we wouldn't. Do the work. So my biggest thing that I learned from last month, from the buy a regimen, get the microdermabrasion paste free. At the end of the month, I'm really running for Georgia right now, the Team Legacy Retreat. And at the end of the month, I had to get 25 orders. And I thought I was just working my tail off. And I thought, why did I wait till now to bust tail to get these 25 orders? What if I'd worked like this all month? I would have probably had 50 orders. So we have to do the work, but do it now. Do it this week. Not in 2 years when your team is bigger, not at the end of the month. There's a reason why end of month is such a big deal, because we all just go, okay, we kind of coast. Then we go, oh, shiza, we better hurry. Do the work now up here. So there are two things that I learned a long time ago that have always kind of been in the back of my head. The first thing is I will never be outworked. At least in my own head. If I see somebody working hard, I'm going to work harder. I won't be outworked. I put in the work. And it's not hard work, you guys. I have a hard time saying I worked hard in this business because I live in South Texas where men roof and lay tar and tile in the middle of summer in 110-degree heat. They're working hard. I'm sitting at home in my PJs, sending messages, making phone calls. It ain't hard. It'll be just fine. The other thing is, the only place that you're going to find success before the work is in the dictionary. So you're not going to find somebody, not in this business, who just coasted their way to the top and didn't put the work in and didn't use the systems and follow the recipe on how to use those systems. It just didn't happen. They worked. They worked for it. At the end of the day, it comes down to, again, let's recap. So yes, posting on social media positively and throwing in some mix of life stuff and not just RF stuff, but the real meat of it is in the reach out and the initial call, getting them on the phone, setting like a 15-minute timer saying, let's make this concise and to the point, sending them supporting info, whether it's more information on product or if it's the business kit info, sending them that, and right then wrapping up, setting that 3-way call, getting them on the call, turning them into either a consultant, a customer, or a connector, or the 4th C, I like to call it, just caring for them. Okay, well then what can I do for you? How can I help you? And come back to them another time and care for them some more. So using that system because we want it duplicated. So once this person does become your consultant, because they will, I said no to Allie 4 times over a matter of years before I finally got it. I eventually became a consultant, and as she took me through that process, then I understood, oh, I can see exactly, Allie was following the system. Now I duplicate that. So that's what we want to do. We want to follow the systems, be coachable. We have to be coachable because the people at the tippy top did it. It worked for them. It'll work for us. All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you later. Whoa.